Hello, it's 9 p.m. in RTD. It's time to English New Edition for tonight headlines. We have the opening of the recitation workshop on the studies on internal migrations for the international scene. World Health Organization approves wave of restriction in Europe. Welcome to our newsroom. A workshop on the presentations of studies on internal migration took place this morning at the People's Palace. More details in the following video.
Workshop on the presentation of a study on the internal migration organized by the Ministry of Social Affairs in partnership with the Secretary of Decentralization with the financial support of IOM focused on internal migration. The main objective of this study is to understand and analyze the phenomenon of population displacement within the Republic of Djibouti in order to provide a factual basis on internal migration, its flows and its impact on socio-economic indicators and household living conditions. The data collection of this study on the determinants and consequences of migration, the first study of its kind, carried out by local experts, aims to reflect and need to know the socio-economic scope associated with the issue. It should be emphasized that this study is rooted in the change and emergence of new outlighting neighborhoods in capital, thus allowing for a better understanding of internal migration. This study was presented by national experts. Once finished, a lively exchange around this theme opened between the different participants of the institutions concerned from near and far.
The Secretary of State for Decentralization, Hamadou Mohamed Arami, said that internal migration is not an isolated phenomenon. He stressed that it was necessary to remedy this and make local authorities economic entities. For her part, the Minister of Social Affairs Solidarity, Muna Osman Aden, stressed that this work was reflected a collaborative approach. Further, the Minister recalled that the real reason why this study is born. Let's listen to it.
L'importance que nous accordons à cette étude tient à trois raisons.
The Minister of Social Affairs and Solidarity stressed that this work reflects the close collaboration between the ministry and local authorities, noting that her ministerial department pays great attention to this study on internal migration. She added that this study falls within the framework of the state's efforts aimed at building a good general policy and making observations in the social recurrent data and in the framework of combating multi-species poverty. She noted that over the past 5 years, she has reached social issues to address internal migration in the national territory. She explained that this study, the first of its kind, which has conducted by local experts, aims to show the urgent need to know the socio-economic scope associated with it.
A closing ceremony of the first promotion of the National Training Course of Investigation Director at the School of Advanced Trainings in the Practices of Judicial Police took place on Thursday, October 15. Here are more detail on this event.
The gendarmerie and lasted for 5 weeks. This course, which began on September 13, brought together 20 trainees from the National Security, Coast Guard, and National Gendarmerie. Chaired by the Deputy Attorney General, Mr. Ibrahim Hussein Weiss, the event saw, in addition to Colonel Zakaria Hassan Aden, Chief of Staff of the National Gendarmerie, the participation of Colonel Weiss Omar Boukouré, Commander of the Djiboutian Coast Guard, Mr. Jibril Osman Houfani, Secretary General of the National Human Rights Commission, the representative of the Attaché of Internal Security of French Embassy in Djibouti, and several officers of the National Gendarmerie. During this colorful ceremony, the president of this first promotion took the floor after the reading of the Holy Quran. To summarize the intense training program that the trainees have followed during the past 5 weeks before thanking its promoters and the instructors of school. He also thanked the Chief of Staff of the National Gendarmerie, Colonel Zakaria Hassan Aden, for having provided the training with all the necessary means for the success of the course. On this occasion, the trainees of the class received their diplomas from the hands of the officials present on the premises, and at the end, the trainees and officials posed for the traditional family photo before being received by Colonel Zakaria Hassan Aden, Chief of Staff of the National Gendarmerie, in the Hall of Honor of the Conference Center, where he spoke with them. Colonel Zakaria Hassan Aden did not fail to congratulate the trainees for their excellent results and took the opportunity to give each of them a present before inviting them to refreshment of lunch, which took place in the multi-purpose room.
The commandant of the school, squadron leader Hussein Mohammed Ghayad, has also held a speech in which he highlighted the intensity of the trainings and the assiduity of the trainees. Squadron leader Hussein Mohammed Ghayad also thanked the local and international partners who actively participate in the instructions and contribute greatly to the development of EIPPG curricula. For his part, the representative of the public prosecutors, in this case Mr. Ibrahim Hussein Waisa, delivered a speech in which he mentioned the importance of the quality of the procedure transmit to the prosecutions and the interest of these trainings of Director of Investigation. He did not fail to congratulate the trainees for their success and concluded his speech by thanking the government, the High Command of the Gendarmerie, and the instructors of the EIPPG. A working meeting took place yesterday morning at the municipality of Balbala. Let's watch the following video for more detail.
Balbala hosted yesterday morning at the Community Development Center of Sheikh Musa a working meeting between the commune of Balbala and the neighborhood councils of this commune for elaboration and consultation on the prevention of community hygiene, namely the problems related to the leakage of wastewater and household waste within the neighborhoods. This working meeting was chaired by the president of the commune of Balbala, Mr. Idris Bashir Gurah, assisted by his cabinet. This meeting was attended by the president of the commune of Balbala, the local elected officials, and the various presidents of the neighborhood councils. The session began with the reading of the Quran and followed by the national anthem. The objective of this meeting is, on the one hand, the elaboration and consultation on the prevention of community hygiene problems related to the leakage of wastewater and household waste within the neighborhoods. On the other hand, to make a sensitization within their neighborhoods to mobilize adults, women, and out-of-school girls join the literacy program led by the UNFD, which will take place in the targeted schools.
The president of the commune of Balbala, Mr. Idris Bashir, made a summary of the work that the technical teams of the commune and himself have done in the neighborhoods, and especially the areas affected by sewage and the garbage. They have made an inventory. He added that the discussions are underway with the services concerned to repair the deteriorated pipes of the Onyad, and he informed the neighborhoods council that warning have been given to residents of these areas and that fines will be imposed on those who do not comply with these warnings. He then added that these steps will continue until the eradication of garbage and sewage in Balbala without respite. Then he mandated to the councils to make sensitization in their neighborhood to mobilize adult women and men and out-of-school girls join the literacy programs led by the UNFD that will take place in the targeted school. Finally, he wished the councils a good job and asked them to assume their responsibility. A ceremony to hand over school kits took place in the Arta region on October 12, 2020. This batch of several tens of thousands of school kits is offered by partners of Menfop, namely the CAC Bank. Nearly 700 students from the schools of Pika, 51, Omar Jaga, Leita, and Karta benefit from these donations of school supplies material, and these school materials consisting of school bags, notebooks, pens, and erasers relieves the scholarships of poor families for the start of the school year. Many officials, including local authority, regional officials of MENFOP, senior officials of CAC International Bank, and other civil personalities took part in this donation ceremony. All of them emphasized the valuable assistance of MENFOP partners in supporting the government effort to ensure free, compulsory, and quality education for all children. More generally, it should be recalled that these school kit distribution operations have become a tradition for several years. The school kits are offered to children from the first to third grade and ninth grade. In the New Jargon, the poorest households find it a great relief in these times of high school expenses. The National Red Crescent Society of Djibouti celebrated Global Hand Washing Day yesterday morning, celebrating every year around the world. This year's theme was hand hygiene for all and emphasized the importance of hand washing with soap and survival works against certain diseases, especially in a context marked by an outbreak of coronavirus. Indeed, the Djibouti Red Crescent initiate as part of these days hand washing stands in busy areas of the capital and demonstrations of the 10 steps of hand washing. This day was celebrated in the 5 regions by the regional branch of Djibouti Red Crescent, which marked the occasions by raising awareness among school children on the negative consequence for children's health of a regular lack of hand washing, especially in these seasons of proliferation. It is also a just barrier to counter the spread of coronavirus. That's the playground. Park Roma reopened its doors yesterday in the presence of the technical director of the town hall, the principal of the school's District 7, and several local elected officials. Remember that the Park Roma was closed due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The school directors and the technical director of the town hall have given the children a head start to reinvest in their favorite leisure area. The school directors and the technical director of the town hall have given the children a good start on returning to their favorite recreation area. The Park Roma, located in front of the old municipal stadiums in the town of Bulaus, in a space of conducive to the development of children. Thus, the city of Djibouti has a free public area for children with the various games, towers, slides, swing. For youth and adults, it's composed of soccer 5 to 7, basketball, petanque. Young children have at their disposal a modern, safe, and aesthetical pleasing playground. For the international scene, Morocco recovered 25,000 archaeological objects, says in France. Details in this video.
Thursday officially handed over to the Moroccan authorities nearly 25,000 archaeological objects, an exceptional set that had been seized in France during 3 custom controls and illustrated the scourge of looting of cultural property. The handover took place during a solemn ceremony in Marseille at the Museum of Mediterranean Cultures. But concretely, the objects, which weighed a total of nearly 3 tons, will only leave from Morocco at the end of the month. The controls go back to 2005 and 2006 in Marseille. It took 15 years to return them to Morocco. The time to conduct the various procedures, including legal, the whole seized was remarkable in terms of volume, but also the typology of objects, some of which were geologically or other testified to the history of man who preceded writing, said Javier Telester, regional curator of archaeology at the Drag Barca.
Well, this is it for the news. Thanks for watching us. Have a good evening.